that thing I want to preach to the younger generation. When I went to thank my supervisor when I became an associate professor, I said, "Thank you, sir, for mentoring me." And he said, "Thank you, Dio, for being mentorable." You have to be mentorable for you to be mentored. I don't have to go and beg my students that these are things you need to do. There are basic things you need to know. That this is a supervisor, you need his knowledge. You need to respect him. And you need to really, really seek for his knowledge and his assistance. These are things you need to do. So genomics and personalized medicine, which we have talked about, targeted therapies, genomics, and of course, early risk prediction. These are all advantages that it brings to clinical medicine these days. And when you compare traditional medicine and personalized medicine, you will see the absolute benefit. The approach is different. In traditional medicine, it is you treat the symptom. It's reactive. It's when you are sick, you come to the hospital. Then it's reactive. The doctor look at you, examine you, perform some tests, and say, "Oh, you have malaria. Go and take this." But this thing could be predicted long before it happens. I thank God I'm a medical lab scientist by training. I know all the pathophysiology mechanism of malaria and everything. And as I'm standing in front of you, to God be the glory, I have never for one day been admitted in the hospital since the day I was born and I was taken out of the hospital. Because when malaria is coming, I feel some slight discomfort in my upper quadrant here, and I know it's my liver, it's a pre-erythrocytic cycle. And I quickly go and knock the thing off from there. And it never surfaces. Because I don't like to be sick. And so if you have knowledge and you don't use it for yourself, then it's your business. So this is what treatment is based on clinical trials in traditional medicine of the average person. The clinical trials that was done before a drug was approved were only done on people who presented themselves. We have reality in human genes. Those who live in the deep down villages that live close to nature may not have the same problem with those who are presenting themselves in the teaching hospital that are being used. And of course, in personalized medicine, this is based on individual genetic profile. You don't need to base my treatment on average of what people presented. Base my treatment on what I am presenting to you. And of course, drug selection, this one is trial and error. You want to treat hypertension, for instance. Sorry, sir, I'm diving into your area. The patient comes, the blood pressure is high. Okay, come tomorrow. You want to place him on maybe a calcium blocker or whatever. If he comes after 2 days and the blood pressure is down, you think maybe he's doing well with that, you maintain him. But if he's not doing well, you change. Yeah, that is trial and error until you hit the real thing. But in personalized medicine, you are targeting and you are using data from that same patient. You have his genomics data. The cost is lower upfront here. At the end of the day, today you spend 5,000, tomorrow you spend 10,000, you come back, it is accumulating. But here it may be high upfront, but beneficial effect is there. That's what I'm saying. If we can treat our blood donors very well, they will realize that why should I go and donate blood and collect 3,000 or 4,000? If I can go and I'm given a whole lot of this, my salary will be paid for that day. At the end of the day, you have all sorts of things coming and you have health benefits. You have a club that if you have problems, you just say it and people are there to solve your problem. People will definitely shift away from being commercial donors. Now, blood safety. This is a common knowledge to us all. The World Health Organization defines blood safety as an integrated, comprehensive strategy ensuring the quality, safety, and availability of blood and blood products from donor recruitment to patient transfusion. It focuses on establishing national blood systems that provide sufficient, quality-assured blood products through voluntary, non-remunerated donors, rigorous screening for infections, and proper clinical use. There is something I want to underline here. National blood systems. In Nigeria, we have National Blood Transfusion Network. And my progenitor here is, was among those that started that particular program. But I think I saw something that is a little bit off the course there. This Hematology Blood Transfusion Scientists Society that we now have, this branch of scientists that we now have, we used to have one, which comprised both doctors who are hematologists and med lab scientists who are hematologists. But I remember I have presented in those conferences as a growing scientist, and I've won best presenter many times, but they were not happy. There was a particular conference where there was a very tough competition between me and some other doctors. And I could hear them. He's a doctor. The other one says he's not a doctor. He's a doctor. He's not a doctor.